What has some of the reaction been? Have you gotten a lot of feedback maybe from fans, and how have they responded to Lena?
I'm sure I would if I checked my Twitter, but I don't. I really.
But she's a fascinating character.
Yeah.
She's complicated.
She is complicated, but I like her that way. You know, I think it's a fun thing to play. She's not just, you know, single-sided. She's like kind of struggling constantly between like good and evil, like how to use her magic properly, and you know, it's just one of those things that is super fun to play, and especially against Webby, you know, who's so good, and like just having that moral dilemma of, you know, which to choose, and obviously she goes, you know, with Webby. She follows her heart, which I think is beautiful, and you know, I love that.
So we would just love to know, how did you come up with the voice, or what inspired you? I mean, like, did you ever think you would be playing a duck?
No, I mean, a lot of things kind of surprised me in that way, but yeah, I think Lena's kind of just me. And they kind of just cast me based off of that. Yeah, so, you know, hate to say it, not a ton of forethought with that. But yeah, it was kind of just a fun thing though, because I didn't watch DuckTales too much growing up, but like coming back and like seeing this like cool character that they created, and like, I don't know, it's been super fun.
Yeah, but there's a warmth that I'm sensing right now that is in Lena that we didn't see at first, but that came across. I mean, you kind of knew that there was a person in there that had a moral center to her.
Well, immediately you see, like, she comes off kind of like she would be the villain, like the punk hair and everything, and I love that. I mean, you can tell that she's kind of on guard, but this character of Webby is just so jarring. Like, she's disarming. I don't know if that's the right word, but you kind of can't help but smile. Like, as soon as I heard Kate's voice, I was like, oh my god, she's so cute. Like, there's just, you can't help it. You just like fall in love with her, and that's what happened with Lena, you know.
So one of the things that we do know, based on the trailer that we got released at Comic-Con, is that Magica is coming back this season. We are going to get a bit of the Lena-Magica relationship again, and I think at this point, I'm just curious, do you think Lena holds anything outside of resentment for Magica, or is there a little bit of it that still sees her as a family?
Yeah, well, I mean, she is family, so it's one of those things where, like, even if you have a tumultuous relationship with someone in your family, you have to love them, like they're your blood, and so it's that struggle of like, this is what I know, this is, you know, who I'm supposed to be maybe, but I know that like in my heart I'm something else. So yeah, she is a bit resentful, but like, she is family, so it's that struggle.
Well, it's interesting, because it's like, because Magica gets established so quickly as such a big, like, she's throwing, like, her showing up is called a war by everybody within the show. So it's interesting to see Lena still kind of have to come to terms with that. Like, are the other characters, like, we know that Webby is super excited to have her back. Can you tell us a little bit about how Scrooge is going to respond to seeing her again after their little moment together? Or how's Mrs. Beakley going to respond to seeing her again?
You know, I think that's something you can watch right now.
Tune into the Disney Channel.
Tune in, watch it on the Disney Channel. Disney Now, I think you can watch it too. But yeah, it's out September 3rd. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Pacific Standard Time, yeah.
So is that the episode, A Nightmare to Kill on Motor Hill? Is that upcoming episode?
I don't know if that's...
I think it's like the following. I think it's like the following week as we finally get that one. Because I was looking at the stuff earlier because I'm geeking out. I love DuckTales.
It's funny. I keep looking at you. I think it might be your shirt.
It
is comforting.
It's like one of those like depression lights that people have.
Yeah, gravitating towards it.
Here, let's see. Oh,
that's a nice shirt.
It's also.
It's a good shirt.
I mean, it's not me or anything. I'm like magnetic, whatever.
Yeah, and you're magnetic, obviously.
So one of the other things we did find out from Comic-Con is that the Disney, we're getting so many more Disney characters. We're getting like Goofy's showing up, Tailspin showing up, Darkwing's been teased a little bit, but he's fully showing up. Are there any characters from those other properties that are kind of coming into the universe? Are there any that you really would love to see Lena bounce off from? Are there any like dream characters you want to see Lena together with?
Oh my god, gosh, my mind is going crazy with that question. I love Disney so much. I don't know. There are so many characters. I mean, obviously, I'm like, I guess from the more goofy Mickey. You know, I love Minnie. I don't know if like that would make sense in that world at all, but like that'd be super cool. I mean, she's kind of one of those similar like, you know, happy-go-lucky, like, oh, you know, personalities where I'd like to see, like, how she'd react to her. I want her to interact with Goofy. Yeah, I think that'd be
That's
cool.
definitely a dream scenario.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Because Goofy would not be prepared for her in the slightest.
No.
He couldn't deal with a teenager in the 90s. He's
Yeah.
not ready for Lena.
Yeah.
So you're a big Disney fan?
I love Disney.
Awesome. Have you ever been to the expo, or is this your first time
The
coming?
convention?
Yes.
Yeah,
the
no,
D23
I
Expo?
haven't.
Oh,
Yeah, I
this
didn't
is the
even
first time?
knew it existed. But it's amazing. I've been to Disneyland a ton of times. I love Disneyland.
Yeah.
But it must be extraordinary to be part of all of this.
Yeah, I kind of can't believe they invited me. I feel like honored.
What an honor.
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
But it's
yeah.
amazing. I haven't gotten a full chance to like see everything, but I've seen enough where I'm like, I have to explore that. I have to explore that. I was telling him I really love, or I was saying to someone outside that I've been like loving the costumes that people wear in the movies. That's been my favorite part so far. So I'm hoping I get to see more of that.
Have you seen? I have seen a Lena cosplayer going about, around on the floor. There's been like 1 or 2 Lenas I've noticed. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how cool! Oh my gosh,
You have arrived.
I haven't seen it. Oh my god, I need
That
to
is
see
cool.
it.
Yeah, it was one that was just kind of on her own, and then there was one woman who was there with Webby on the new character, the new friend whose name is escaping me at the
Violet?
moment. Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
It was the 3 of them all together.
Yeah.
But-
Oh my gosh, how cool.
Now that leaves her now. Now they've kind of bonded, the 3 of them. Now is that going to become a thing? The 3 girls against the world? Kind of?
Maybe, potentially.
The
I
girl
know.
thing?
Yeah, I mean, girls don't always get along, but I think, yeah, Lena's super wary of her to start because, you know, she's kind of, you know, friends with Webby. She's like, no, you're my friend. It's like, don't be friends with her. Yeah, so I guess it'll be interesting to see how that all unfolds.
So what's been your favorite episode so far?
I think, well, I love the sleepover episode. I think it's super fun because you see, like, that Lena truly cares about Webby. Like, she's a little bit protective, and I think that's kind of sweet. But I also I sing a little song about, there's a friendiversary moment where I give her a little cake, and I, like, sing a little song to her.
You do?
And, yeah, and I think it's, like, super vulnerable, and just something, you know, I don't know, it's just, like, a little play, I think, like, towards, like, I'm your best friend, right? Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's sweet. Yeah,
And that's aired in a couple weeks from now.
yeah. I don't think it's aired yet.
Not yet.
No, I was about to say because I would remember that cue.
Yeah.
The sleepover one?
No,
Yeah,
I
it's
guess,
Sleepover
a night.
is happening
It's
soon.
a nightmare.
yeah, it's like one of the upcoming.
Is
It's not the one we
that-
already got. It's
Oh yeah,
the
because I'm thinking of Friendship Magic.
yeah, the friendship is magic when they
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you ran into Lena in real life, which you may,
I might.
what would you actually say to her? I mean, how would you, what would you say to her as a person?
I would say I'm a big fan. I love your work. You look great. Everything about you is wonderful, and keep killing it.
We have time for one more question.
A quick question. Do you have a favorite attraction at Disneyland?
I don't know why, but I love the tiki room.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Awesome.
Like the pineapple
No,
whip
that's
and all, like their whole vibe is just like
You
fun.
have to have
Yeah,
vibe.
and also for whatever reason, It's a Small World always makes me cry.
Aw.
Yeah, it's not the big like crazy roller coasters,
Yeah.
but like those little, I don't know,
Meaningful ones.
meaningful ones. Yeah.
That's the Small World is the one my mother always makes us do if we do a Disney thing, especially when I was a kid. That was
Yeah.
the one we had to wait in line for, otherwise my mother was going to be upset.
You know, over at the Disney Music Emporium, they are selling the original vinyl record album, especially for the D23 Emporium, in stereo for the first time,
Oh, nice.
with a book of Tiki Room,
Oh, cool.
exclusively for this convention.
Nice.
Cool. We'll have to go stop by after.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
This is so cool.
So nice to meet you.